what do you think about the effects of this virus on the market? Clearly, we've seen a rout in equities, commodities. We've seen fixed income yields soar, but we haven't really seen a huge move in FX. I mean, you still see the same old 108, 109 handle on the Japanese yen.
Yeah, that's true, but nonetheless, I would have to say that we've seen a rebound in the dollar. The dollar went into a pretty meaningful, a pretty chunky sell-off to 2.5%, which is quite large by historical standards on a trade-weighted basis in the fourth quarter of last year, but it's actually rebounded. I agree with you, the market has not been really active, but nonetheless, there have been some quite meaningful moves. The Australian dollar was down quite significantly. In general, all commodity currencies, like the Norwegian krone, have been very much penalized by what's happening with the coronavirus, the impact that this is having on commodities, on oil prices. You know, it's one of these things. I mean, we're not epidemiologists, and even if we were, some people are. We don't really know how things are going to pan out. All we can do is try to draw some similarities from the past, and even these are very much fraught with problems and mistakes, because we were a different phase in the cycle. Back then, there were other things going on. I think you can come up with a central scenario in which you just put down the things you know, and the things you know are you have quite a high infection rate, but at the same time a much lower mortality rate if one wants to compare it with SARS. And what at least we know, or with some degree of confidence, is that when you get the infection rate peaking is when the market starts pricing in better prospects, and this is when you get risk assets starting to rally again. I think, you know,
Yes.
our fundamental, our base case remains that the dollar is going to be weaker this year.